Hello, so for this video I'm going to show this exercise analysis uh, dashboard I made, and even though it's 2 pages I'm going to call it dashboard because I just have a basic version and an advanced version with different types of visualizations. And if we let's look at the raw data. So for the fact table of activity, we've got dates, we've got the key for the activity, and then the number of steps. And 1 I think is walking and 2 is running. We'll see when we get to it. Here's the dimension table for the dates. It's just listed every day, from the 19th of October to November 17th. And an activity, here's the key. 1's walking, 2's running. So that's all we have for that. Okay, so for this dashboard we have the total steps moved, walking and running, and then the average number. Here's it broken down by category or activity. So most of the steps are walking, and that data I showed, I just did some random numbers for these dates. So it's just meaningless numbers. It's just about the visualizations here. So 61% of it is walking and the rest is running. Total steps by week of year and activity, or by week of year and then activity. So the week of year is here, like the 43rd week of 2022. So we could see, okay, week 46 we had the most activity by a lot, 278,000, and it's pretty equally split between running and walking. But like week 43, it's mostly walking. That were the steps and a tiny bit of running. Here we have total steps by day instead of week. So we see, okay, Sundays we did pretty much all walking, and like 500 was running. And then is by date using a line chart, and this is average trend line. So total steps is really high here on this date of October 22nd, and it almost reaches it here November 16, 82,112. So yeah, so there's that. So this is just a basic dashboard, and then here's advanced. So we got total steps again, but it's broken down by running and walking and percentages. Same one here as in the last one. Here it's line chart and comparing running and walking steps on the dates. Here's it, the average steps by dates again. Just in general, the average steps, just overall running and walking. We saw this in the last page, and this is week over week, percent change by week. So here's the different weeks, it's total steps and the totals. So you see week 46 at the most, but for the week over week percent change, it went down. So it grew 37.88 and then went down to 28.92. So it wasn't that much of a difference here and here, but here there's a huge difference. And then this is total steps overall by date, and I changed the style of it to be like the staircase, because it's kind of like you're walking up, but it's a area chart. And then here's just a table, running and walking by the dates. And so that's it. It's just pretty simple exercise analysis. And here's how the dimensional tables are related to the fact table. The measure we have, so like in basic, we have this average. It's just average of steps. And total steps is just the steps summed up. So this is average of this. For the advanced table, like the running percent total that we got. Let's go back to it. Over here, it's just dividing, running my total steps. Steps running we got here. This card is total steps, and then gain activity of running. Same thing for walking, but just total steps calculated or filtered down by all the dates, and then when it's less than the date here. That's for here. Walking percent of total is the same as the running percent of total, and then the week over week change steps is probably the most complex measure. So we're declaring these variables, these two ones of current week and previous week. We're getting calculation of the total steps. We're filtering down by the dates and the week of year, and we're getting a selected value of it. And then we're just doing the same thing for the previous week, but we're getting the week before. So 1 week before is the selected value. And then we're dividing the current, so altogether dividing, which is the current week over the previous week, so it's going to be 1, and then previous week, and that's what's returning here, that percent change. And so that's it for the exercise analysis.